Hello everyone of MD Education, all of student of CG Board 2026 examination, a period of physics, numerical problem discussed in the video, all numerical problems suggest and how to prepare out of the CG Board class 12th examination numericals. Anyone confusions and doubt, comment on it, and how to calculation of the questions, how much questions comes to the examination, discuss all the factors and the key in the examination for very important questions, all of the models papers, mission Utkars and other examination. Let's start the video topics and the subtopic wise numerical problems. Marks wise, 1 marks, 2 marks, 3 marks comes to the examination. This all numerical problem is a very important for the exam paper, all Hindi medium and English medium. Let's start the video. First chapter, electrostatics. What types of the question and which marks of the fit for the examination. First topic is a charge of the quantization and the field. What question comes to the examination is a very important. Short types of the numerical. Find the number of electron in 1 coulombs of charge. How to calculate on this question? Simple formula, n equal to plus minus n e. Put on the charge and calculate the answer. What is the next question? Next question is a spherical conductor of radius 9 centimeter is given a charge of plus 4 picocoulomb microcoulomb. Find the capacitance only for the unit or the change, and the calculation is the same process. This is a very important for the exam paper. What is the next topics for the numerical question? Capacitors and the combination. This is a very important types of all the patterns follow to the mission Utkars, Prabodh and the Nabodh model papers. Subtopics, capacitors and the combination. What question comes to the examination and these types of the questions, any confusions, any doubts, pin out of the comment box. Let's start for this section. Two capacitors of the 10 microfarad or picofarad each are connected in series. What will be the resistance, resultant capacitance? What formula used on? 1 upon Cs total, this is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2. This question comes also of the parallel combination and the series combination. What is the next type of the question? And the capacitor and the combination. This is a very important and highly predictive questions in this paper of CG Board class 12th. Most important category of the question. 3 capacitors of 2 picofarad, 4 picofarad and 6 picofarad, or 2 microfarad, 4 microfarad, 6 microfarad are connected in parallel or series. If connected to 100 volt or 200 volt battery, find the charge on each capacitor. How to this question come to the examination? Only the figure of the value of the change and follow the same types of the formula and solve it of the examination. This is the important numerical question for the exam paper. Next of the topics and next of the chapter, current electricity. What is the current electricity? Most appeared of the examination this year, model papers and the mission Utkars government examination. What topics comes to the examination? Resistance and the wire stretching. A wire of the resistance 10 ohm and the figure of the value change 20 ohm, 30 ohm is stretches to double half its length. What will be the new resistance? This is the must of the exam paper for the board exam. Now what is the next topic. And the next topic, wire stretching and the resistance. The resistance of a wire is R. Is a stretches increase the length by 15%. Numeric figure is the change. Calculate the new resistance. Logic is the same. Uh, and then number is a different. What matter is a not clarify. What type of the next question? Internal resistance of a cell. What is the internal resistance of a cell and how to calculate the internal resistance of cell? What types of the question for the examination? Internal resistance of a cell is a very important for derivation, very important for concept, very important for the numerical pure calculation. A cell has a EMF E and internal resistance small r if it provides potential difference V across external resistance R. Calculate R using the formula. This types of the questions comes to the examination. Small r equal to R E by V, electromotive force upon voltage minus 1. This is a very important types of the question. Next of the magnetism is the less productive of the questions, and how to the this topics is also practice for the exam paper. Anyone confusion it in this type question is a comment on and solve the question. All types of the question videos suggest out of the MD educations, comment on and paint out when and how. A magnet of magnetic moment 0.5 joule by T is placed at 30 degree in uniform magnetic field of 0.1 Tesla. Calculate the torque acting on its. How to the formula tau equal to mb sine theta, uniform of the magnetic field concept. Next of the alternating current is also of the small types of the numerical problems comes to the objective and VSA types of the question. What types of the questions suggest out of the board examination panel is a peak and the RMS value. What is the question? If the peak value of the AC voltage is 220 volt, find the RMS value. RMS and peak value is a very important for the alternating current. Also suggest to board examination expert physics panel. All of the suggestion this types of the question comes to the exam paper. All are practice for the this types of the numerical question. What is the next types? And the optics is a less productive and the reasoning based question comes to the examination for the lower marks, and the also suggest to the optics chapters of the very importance of the numerical problem pure calculation. How to the exam comes to the paper. A convex lens, concave lens of focal length, also the rules and the patterns is also important and the concept are the clear. A convex lens of f equal to 20 centimeter and a concave lens f equal to 25 centimeter is contact. Find the power of the combination. Which formula is applied? P equal to P1 plus P2, where P equal to 100 by f in the centimeter concept. And the fringe depth is also important question and not predictive of the question is the previous year of the derivation based of the questions and the numerical based also comes to the exam. What is the next of the question number of 11? Prism concept of the question. The angle of a prism is 60 degree and the minimum deviation is 30 degree. Find the refractive index of the material. What is the formula of the mu equal to sine A plus del m by 2 upon sine A by 2? This concept is also important to the exam paper. These types of the lens prism topics and the combination of the lens refraction formula. Also derivation of the numerical problem is clearly solve the question. Modern physics is also an confusing types of the question come to the exam, and then practice for this question is a multiple times, two times, three times, four times, five times practice every day. An electron is accelerated by potential of 1.5 volt. Find its de Broglie wavelength. De Broglie equations type of the question. Lambda equal to 12.27 by under root v. This is a direct of the question. What is the unit of angstrom, and the convert to the meters also. Next of the spectrum of the hydrogen series is also important for the exam paper. What types of the question comes to the spectrum of the series? Find the ratio of maximum and the minimum wavelength for the Balmer, Lyman, Paschen, Pfund and the bracket series of the hydrogen atoms. Fix formula of the hydrogen spectrum: 1 upon lambda equal to R Rydberg constant bracket 1 upon n1 whole square minus 1 by n2 whole square. This is the also important types of the numerical. This types of the all problems solve, and then good marks is a sure of the confirm of the question. Thanks to watch, like and share and comment pin out. Thank you so much.